Beautiful morning to you anywhere you have the opportunity to watch us this beautiful morning in the ancient city of Ibadan. Is AM Sports on Impact Africa Television, IATV, Channel 181 on Star Times, where we talk sport in a big way, and today won't be an exception. Definitely the issue of Genotro has had a whole lot of reaction during the week, and yesterday he paid a courtesy visit to the sports minister Sunday Dare, and Sunday Dare says, hey, it's not on me, is on the Nigerian Football Federation to take action if they'll be able to renew the contract of a certain Genotro. Remember, part of the clauses that will be inserted in the new deal is to domesticate him in Nigeria, watch Nigerian Professional Football League matches, and possibly scout for talent down here on the local scene. If he does not renew his contract, I bet you with you that he won't be in charge of the Super Eagles of Nigeria when the AFCON qualifiers resume in August 2020 against Sierra Leone, because his deal is set to expire in June 2020. Okay, talking about Nigerian Professional Football League, the second tier of league football in Nigeria is all about the Nigerian National League. And of course, Shooting Stars, our beloved Shooting Stars, talking about Oluyole Warriors, we kickstart their campaign to get back to the NPFL because the lovers of the Oluyole Soccer Lords want their darling team to be back in the NPFL. Remember, they fought hard to get that ticket last season, but it was not to be for the Oluyole Soccer Lord. And we are asking the question this time around, can Shooting Stars get that ticket back to the NPFL, because that is where they ought to be. Definitely it will be our talking point this morning, because they have a game against Go Round on Sunday at the Lekon Salami Stadium in Adamasingba. And I'm pleased to inform you that we have a special guest talking about, when it comes to the spokesperson, the media officer of our Shooting Stars. So we've got someone in authority, someone who will be speaking to us what is their plans is like going into the new season. Can they give us that ticket, because we want Shooting Stars to be back in the NPFL. The FIFA Beach Soccer World Cup will kickstart today, and of course the Super Sand Eagles will be in action on Saturday against Portugal. The guys are talking tough. Abul Aziz set a target of semi-final for Audu Adamu's side. So get set. It's time for AM Sports on Impact Africa Television. Of course, Jose Mourinho is still in the news. He held his first training session yesterday. We've got his first interview as a Spurs coach. So don't go nowhere. It's time for M Sport on ITV. My name is Isaiah Akinremi, and I will be your anchor for today's show. Well, my guest is here talking about the media officer of our Shooting Stars Football Club, talking about Tosin Omojola. Oga, good morning.
Good morning.
You be Ogana. How are you doing? And how has it been so far, so good, getting on board with Shooting Stars? I know it was a rigorous affair for you last season, but how has it been, from last season up to now?
Well, let me start by saying all glory to God. It's not been easy, nothing is easy. But we've been coping. It's been so rigorous, like you said, very hectic.
But that's the job. The job must be done.
You just have to do it. No option. And we have been coping.
Okay, we are coping. I hope you will cope again this season, because in front of us, something important is about getting the ticket back to the Nigerian Professional Football League for Shooting Stars. Lovers of Shooting Stars are asking the question right now. Let me start, from this way. From last season, Shooting Stars played, fantastic, flawless affair during their Breach League. But what, was, the problem, or what really happened during the playoffs, in Asaba that, made sure that Shooting Stars did not get that ticket back to the NPFL?
Yeah, this is something I wouldn't love to flash back to, but I just have to talk about it. Of
course, we need to dig back to each team, so we'll learn from the flaws, so we won't, repeat such mistake again.
Very, very painful. I haven't played so well during the regular season. Thank God you watched most of our matches.
Exactly.
We lost just a match en route.
A dead rubber game.
But just like we had it 2 seasons ago, this same playoff denied us the ticket. That day, I wouldn't forget. Was it Monday, July 22nd?
Oh, you could remember.
I will never forget in my life. We have to play Aqua
Starlet.
A team that on a good day, even on their home soil, you should be able to.
So what went wrong?
Nobody could explain.
Was it motivation? No backing from the government?
Everything was done. The
By the
governor
state
even
government?
spoke with
The current governor
Yeah.
In town right now?
Yeah, he called the GM the morning of the day of the match and told him, just go there, get me the ticket, see what I will do for you.
Many people said possibly no motivation from the government, possibly financial reward to just spur the guys, before that game. Possibly the sponsor of Shooting Stars, that is the state government, should have done better than that.
Oh, I think the best motivation, I don't think there is any other motivation than you hearing the voice of your governor telling you, get the job done and see what I will do. When you announce a kind of motivation, let me tell you now, do this for me, I will give you 100,000 naira. You already know what I have in mind to give you.
Definitely.
But then when I tell you, go and do it, see what I will do. You will be eager to, you're looking at it, what will they do? So there wouldn't have been any other motivation than hearing that the governor called, assuring the team of his support. The man said he's been following the team, and they even appreciated the effort so far. So he was expecting us to get a ticket, then come back home. If I tell you later, we began to hear stories. If I tell you some of the things that the governor planned, you'll be surprised.
Okay, let's move ahead, because I was aware that Governor Seyi Makinde held a stakeholders meeting. In fact, our reportorial crew were on ground to cover that stakeholders meeting, and he assured the Oluyole Warriors and the management of his unwavering support, towards them getting the ticket right now. Now, from last season, I'm still digging into last season, just like I said, so we won't, repeat such a mistake. Now, the general manager, Rashid Balogun, after the game, threw in the towel, about him being given the job, and if he has failed twice, he needs to leave. But you think is the right thing to do for him to have still stayed behind after losing or failing twice over the season to deliver the ticket to Shooting Stars?
Rashid Balogun is an astute football administrator. He's been into the game for years. He has managed top clubs around. So when we failed to get a ticket in Asaba,
exactly,
he decided to take the path of honor by throwing the towel. But right from the top, his resignation was rejected. They said he has to come home first, tell us why the team failed. Then from there we can know what next. And so when the governor called the stakeholders meeting, we were all there. And after listening to, different views from the players' perspective, from the supporters, the governor said, okay, he's giving him another chance. That's okay. I've heard you. You've given your excuses. Though the GM said something that he had no excuse to fail.
Exactly. No excuse for failure.
Said he accepted the fact that not the team failed, but he as a person. So the governor said, okay, I'm giving you another chance. I will give you every support you need. Go ahead with your job. Now he now says something that has put the GM and the entire team, including my humble self, on what I would call gunpowder.
Okay, exactly.
He said, don't hesitate to even resign. If you fail, don't even bother to come back.
That's for this new season.
For this new season. So
you said, the gunpowder. Possibly, I would say, like you guys sitting down on a general gas station.
Honestly.
So that means you don't have any excuse to fail this time around.
Honestly.
If you fail, that means you implode on yourself. Okay, talking about not failing, let's move ahead. Like you said, the governor has given them another chance, a golden chance, I must say. What is the management? What is the GM? What is the coaching crew led by Edith Agoye doing right now, to make sure that Shooting Stars get that ticket this time around and don't fail for the umpteenth time? Yeah,
immediately after the governor gave the management the go-ahead to continue, swung into action. There was a little bit of surgical operation in the team that was executed last season. We dropped some players, retained about 20. One left on his own.
Now you announced 20 players, new ones or retained?
Retained.
No new addition to the team?
No, we retained 20 at the initial stage.
Okay.
So one left on his own, that is goalkeeper Lucky Jimo.
Okay.
So we now have 19 of the team that prosecuted last season.
Okay.
Now, as I'm speaking to you, we have fresh legs, experienced players.
How many of them? How experienced are they?
Oh, players that have even played. We have players from our Premier League sides in our team now.
Okay, good.
Players like Sheon Shugbeso, Oluko Tunojim. So, few like Dare Dede, goalkeeper. We have, I can tell you, we have solid.
You are sure of yourself that with the present crop of players, that they are good enough to execute this new season?
Honestly, take a look at our pre-season performances.
Yeah, I'm coming to that.
Okay, that's from there you'll be able to know that no, this team is solid enough for the task ahead.
Okay, talking about getting enough motivation for the task ahead. If you are just joining us, it's EM Sports on Impact Africa Television, and we are trying to preview the start of the Nigerian National League, looking at 3 years targets for the new season. What is the target? And of course, I have the media officer of Shooting Stars, Tosin Omojola, here with me. Okay, talking about the targets for the new season, I want to start, from the angle of the government, the state government led by Seyi Makinde. What is on ground? What is on the table? What is the state government doing to make sure that 3SC get this ticket this time around? Remember, a whole lot of people called for the disbandment of the team. A whole lot of people called that this team should be overhauled. That it seems we are repeating same mistakes over and over again. Now with the governor retaining this administration, this present management from the past administration, what has he been able to do? What is the deliberation like, towards having a smooth ride in the NNL?
Yes, His Excellency Governor Seyi Makinde has been doing so well for this club. When you get to the team now, the spirit is high, because even during all our pre-season, all these friendly games, the players are well taken care of. They are not being denied allowances due them.
You can confirm that?
Yeah.
No allowances being owed?
No.
No match bonuses, no row about unpaid salaries?
At all. Okay. They've never been any time as such.
I hope this present crop of players have valid contracts, because we know the pain of Nigerian club side. We don't get to see their contract. We don't get to see the details. We don't even know what is happening, during their contractual agreement.
Yeah. One of the things that the governor even mentioned was that, in the past seasons, we've been having players on loan. Bulk of our players have been on loan. Now, he said, why can't we get our own players? Get them, give them contracts. And I can assure you the management is working on that.
Okay.
Most of our players now will be on contract.
Okay, so no issue or no rancors about contracts not having well stated. What is the part being played by the Honorable Commissioner of Youth and Sport right now, talking about Honorable Shion Kafakorode, a young gentleman? What has been the support from him also?
Yeah, he's been supporting the team, ever since he came on board. He visited us one day, surprise visit in training, and you could see that as a big motivation. Visited the team, talked to the players, that the government is behind them, talked to the team as a whole, that the government will do everything humanly possible. And he reiterated the support of Governor Seyi Makinde. So the commissioner has been supportive.
Okay, the commissioner has been supportive, coming from the media officer of Shooting Stars, talking about Tosin Omojola. We'll take a chill pill right now, pause at this moment, because we are due for our first break this morning on EM Sport on IATV. Like I told you, that the beach FIFA Soccer World Cup will start today, and of course Nigeria will be in action against Portugal. I want to take you back to the last edition of the FIFA Beach Soccer World Cup in Bahamas, where Brazil were crowned champions. And guess what? Brazil, the top-ranked team, when we talk about beach soccer, are in our group. Let's just try to flash back to what happened last time out as we prepare for the start of the FIFA Beach Soccer World Cup. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's still AM Sports on Impact Africa Television. Like I said, we are getting set for the FIFA Beach Soccer World Cup, and we hope that Nigeria will be able to do their best and surpass the quarterfinal stage that they achieved in 2007 and 2011. I've still got the media officer of Shooting Stars, Tosin Omojola, here with me in the live studio of Impact Africa Television. Now, Tosin, going into the new season right now. It starts tomorrow, but you have your game on Sunday at the Lake Salami Stadium against Go Round. I think an MPFL team that got demoted.
Yeah.
That should be a tough one. But before we get to that, I know of some friendly games, tune-up games, pre-season games that Shooting Stars have participated in, and I must say they've done creditably well. I know of the Governor Sheyi Makinde, Dapo Abiodun in Ogun State, the Ifa, exactly, and
Ifa,
and Shooting Stars won all. Is that an indicator? Is that a yardstick to measure their performance? Can we be confident rather, with what they've done in the preseason games?
Yeah, a sign of what is to be expected. A good sign, especially when you consider our participation at the Governor Dapo Abiodun competition, because there we met Premier League sides. It was in the semi-final, that we defeated Lobby Stars 5-0. Many people were saying Lobby did not. They came there with everything there came with the mindset of winning that trophy. Canopilas, Lobby Stars, Rivers United. We were able to beat Lobby Stars. That day they didn't know what really happened. Benga Mubote, our former coach, was just looking. Then in the final, we defeated Delta Force, another Premier League side, to lift the trophy. Then we came back home, cleaned the Governor Sheyi Makinde, maiden edition of the tournament. The FA League, it was a marathon league. Before the league ended, we cleaned the trophy. The league is still on, but we've already won the trophy. And besides, we played other friendly games. I think throughout our pre-season matches, we lost only once. And that was the home game against Sunshine, which was a very good game. Very good game. They had a chance, they took it, and they won. But I think we had a good game, and it wasn't about the result, but testing the team.
But Tosin, critics will tell you that don't toast us, with this. We are not swayed. You've not swept us on our feet with, these good tune-up games that Shooting Stars have played. They can point to the fact that last season, Shooting Stars have a very good run during, the regular season before getting to the playoffs. And the playoffs, where it all mattered, Shooting Stars failed, by the wayside. Now, you've started well again in tune-up games, just like you did last season, even in the regular season. Can we say we are still not satisfied that you really need, to put in more effort, despite having a good start in your tune-up games, because we know what happened last season?
No, I'm not saying we are perfect yet. We are not resting. If I tell you the players where they are now, if I tell you there's no breathing
where are
space,
they now, right now?
They should be somewhere, which I would not like to discuss.
Okay. Because we have a game on Sunday.
So we don't want any distraction for the team.
Okay. Close camping.
They are in close camping now.
Okay, good. So no distractions.
No distraction. To tell you that, despite winning all this pre-season, we are not yet satisfied. We are not yet resting on our nose. We know the real thing is starting. We don't want to be like somebody said, you are like Arsenal. you win the Emirates Cup. And now when it gets to the...
You must apologize to Arsenal fans.
I'm an Arsenal fan.
Oh, good.
So I said, no, don't worry. This time around, we know what is at stake. Thank God the players are also aware of what is at stake.
They are aware of it. Is the coaching crew led by Edith Agoye aware of it?
Oh, God. Agoye knows he has on his head now bigger loads.
Because many people say he's a lucky man to still be at the helm of affairs.
Very lucky, and I will say because he's good. You watch his team.
Of course. Good display. Because I was still baffled what happened in Asaba.
Honestly. And he has good assistants. You have the Meji Lawad there as a team manager. Good hand. What else do we need? Sir, what we need this season is a bit of luck.
And hard work.
Yeah, hard work. We are already putting that on in.
Okay, well, a bit of luck and hard work for Shooting Stars to get that ticket. Before I let you go, let me ask you about the plans from the management of Shooting Stars concerning grassroots development, because remember what is happening to Nigerian football right now, from under 17, down to the under 23, down to the Super Falcons of Nigeria. A whole lot has been, pointed to the fact that we don't have a functioning, grassroots development and academies. Shooting Stars, do we have a functioning academy? Do we have grassroots projects? Do we have grassroots developmental program?
Yeah. We on ground now we have an academy that is really functioning. We have the under 13, I think under 15 and under 17.
Okay.
And I can tell you, even we are already looking at some of these players. Is a future plan. It will help the team. So the academy is on. Recently there was this IFA League under 15 competition. Our team got to the final, the under 15 side. So when you get there, when you come to a training ground, you see them. We have officials who are capable. We have good coaches on ground. So
and good plans and good programs.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at the transition program. Can they, even graduate or take over from the present group of players?
One of the players.
What's the future like for them?
That's what I said. It's a future. Is a plan for the future. The future is very bright for them. If you come to the training ground, you will see a lot of talented players, talented guys, and parents keeps on bringing their words because they are hearing about it. I hope one day you just come there and see.
Okay.
Already one of our goalkeepers, Izzy, has graduated to the team, even though not yet in the mainstream.
Mainstream.
He participated in the IFA League. So we are trying to bring him up. That's the plan for the academy.
Okay, that's the plan for the academy. Is very, very key. Before I let you go, Tosin, one word for Shooting Stars fans all over the globe watching you right now, because I can authoritatively tell you that they are watching right now ahead of our first game at the Lakon Salami Stadium in Damasimba on Sunday, 4 p.m. Right?
Yep.
What is your message to them? Can we get that ticket? Is a rhetorical question. Can we get it? What is your question to them? And what will you be telling them right now? Because most of them will be like, hey, are we going to get it this time around? Should we don't waste our time coming to the stadium to watch them? What is your message to them right now, even as we call it traps on the first segment of VM Sports on ITV?
Yeah, my message to our fans is we need them more than ever before now. I was there before last season commenced, and I made a promise that with the squad that we had then, we are going to make it. Unfortunately, we failed them.
Exactly. Good.
Accepted we failed. But this time around, I want to assure the fans, don't turn your back on us.
Okay.
We need your support more than ever before. We are assuring you, on our own part, we are battle ready. We know the only thing that will make them happy is their tickets.
Of course, that is
I'm
the ticket.
promising you
the ticket.
today, I'm promising you, we are giving them that ticket this season.
Okay, you are giving them the ticket this season, 21st of November 2019. Hopefully, Shooting Stars, will deliver the ticket for the fans of Oduyole Warriors. I must say a big thank you for coming. The media officer of Shooting Stars talking about Tosin Omojola. Thank you for coming, and I wish you all the best. Our regards to the management of Shooting Stars, and tell them that here on AM Sports on ITV and on our sister station Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM, we wanted the ticket.
You get it.
We will get to see, at the stadium. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
Okay, that was the media officer of our Shooting Stars, Tosin Omojola. We need to go for this quick break right now. Take a look at what happened during the games played in the early hours of this morning in the National Basketball Association, the NBA. Let's check that out. And when we are back, Samson Omotosho will be on set, and of course we'll be taking a look at Jose Mourinho again. He's still boiling because he's a big coach. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.